From the campus of Stony Brook University, we welcome you to Kenneth P. Laval Stadium. It is game number 2 on the season for the number 5 Stony Brook Seawolves as they get set to host the 21st ranked Yale Bulldogs. Hey everybody, we welcome you into our broadcast booth along with the former All-American Kylie Ohlmiller. I'm Sam Niederman, happy to have you with us. Stony Brook coming off of a nice win, Kylie, in the opener. They beat Michigan 17-10. You were here for it. What were your takeaways?
Yeah, I'm excited about the balance on offense for the Stony Brook Seawolves this year. They always have the likes of Ellie Macera and Kaylin Hart doing their thing. But last week we had a big performances from Erin McQuarrie and Jaden Hampel as well. So I'm excited to see the balance on offense that they have.
8 different goal scorers for Stony Brook in that win against Michigan. On the other side, Yale, they're a top 25 team, Kylie. A big reason why, Jenna Kalignan.
Yeah, she's had 2 4-goal games in their first 2 games of the season, also resulting in 2 wins of their first games of the season. So she's a Dodger. She's a threat on offense. She can finish her free position. So I'm excited to see what she can do against this Stony Brook aggressive zone.
It's another top 25 matchup here at Kenny P. Number 5 Stony Brook and number 21 Yale. First face-off coming your way after these messages. About set for the first draw here at Stony Brook. The number 5 Seawolves getting their lineup announced here at Laval Stadium. Set to take on number 21 Yale. Sam Niederman along with Kylie Ohlmiller. Glad that you're with us. Yes, it is snowing. Yes, it is very cold. Temperatures in the 20s as we get set to get this one going. Kylie, lineup for the Seawolves unchanged from the win against Michigan. Coach Spallina, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What did you see from the lineup that you first saw in that opening game? Really the only newcomer in it is Jolie Creo, the grad transfer from Holy Cross.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, only newcomer, Jolie Creo, but not a newcomer to the game as a 5th-year transfer from Holy Cross. And you see the likes of Ellie Macera, Jaden Hampel, Kaylin Hart, Charlotte Verhulst, a lot of familiar faces. Another new one we can note is Haley Duchnowski, a transfer from LIU in the cage. She had a great day against Michigan last weekend, so I'm excited to see her step up in these chilly temperatures here today against Yale.
Yeah, an exciting debut for Duchnowski. Played the first 3 quarters on the Yale side of things. Erica Bamford is their head coach. Their starting lineup, it was young last year. They have a good sophomore core that got good experience as freshmen last season.
And that's so important. Coming into some big-time games here in a top 5 matchup against Stony Brook, having that experience in big-time games, playing against really talented teams is going to go a long way when it comes to playing against these top 5 programs.
Yale, as we mentioned, already 2-0 on the season. They opened up with a win against Vermont at home, and then they beat Quinnipiac earlier this week on Wednesday. They're coming off of one of their best seasons in program history. Joe Spallina, the head coach who has built this Stony Brook women's lacrosse program into what it is, rocking the tan today, 176 wins, just 33 losses in his 12th year. You really can't say much more about the legendary head coach of the Seawolves.
Absolutely not. Saying hi to athletic director Sean Hilbrun, just doing so much for this program is Joe Spallina and his staff here. That's Greg Michelli, Sydney Pareca. His coaching staff really cares about these players, and you can tell in the product that's out on the field. So I'm excited to see them thrive and be able to put on a show here against a great team in Yale in front of a home crowd that's out here in the snow.
Erica Bamford, the head coach for Yale, she has done a great job building up the Bulldogs program as well, checking in just under 500, 8th year with the program, the former U.S. women's national team player who starred at North Carolina in her playing days.
Definitely a star in her own right, bringing a lot of her expertise, her knowledge, her leadership in the game, and bringing it to this Yale Bulldogs team. You could see her pumping up her team, getting excited to play in some really tough conditions, hoping the snow here on the North Shore of Long Island lightens up for these girls. But I'm excited to see them get warm as we head into the first draw. Yeah,
there wasn't much snow during warm-ups, but it's really picked up right now. Some flurries as the Seawolves break the huddle and look to defend their home turf again against another ranked opponent. Let's take a look at Kylie's keys to the game. Kylie, what does each team need to do in order to come away with the victory this afternoon?
I think for Stony Brook, winning the draw is everything. Win the draw, rule the world is something that Coach Joe Spallina used to tell us all the time. I'm sure he's still, puts that out there in his huddles before the game time. And I think when Stony Brook has the draw, they're able to push transition. They're able to make really fast plays, really fast decisions out there, and that's their ammo, right? I think that's exactly what makes them such a great team. On Yale's side, I think it's going to be important to be able to break Stony Brook's defensive zone. I think slowing down Stony Brook's transitions is also going to be a very big key. But when they do get possession of the ball, breaking that defensive zone, understanding that it's a high-pressure defense, being able to move the ball out of that pressure situation and see the openings, I think is going to be key in getting the ball in the back of the net on Yale's offensive side.
Well, we're ready to go for the first draw. The snow continuing to come down here at Laval Stadium. It'll be Sky Carasquillo, number 5 on the right there for Yale to take against Charlotte Verhulst for Stony Brook. Let's see who's going to win that first draw. As both teams are set, it's another top 25 battle here on Long Island. Number 5 Stony Brook and number 21 Yale set to duke it out here in the second weekend of the season. Charlotte Verhulst locked up with Sky Carasquillo, and we are underway with the Seawolves taking the first draw of the game. Verhulst scoops up the loose ball. Stony Brook settling in offensively early. As Kylie mentioned, 17 goals in that first win against Michigan on Friday. Joe Spallina was really pleased with the balance that his team showed in the win.
Absolutely. Something really important early on in this game. We mentioned the weather a bit.
Ellie Macera with an early opportunity, and she cashes in immediately. A goal for Stony Brook just over 30 seconds into the game, and it's the All-American Ellie Macera.
As I was mentioning prior to that goal, it's important for everyone on offense to get touches, and I think something that you saw there was a lot of movement of the ball. Erin McQuarrie, her eyes are up as she's kind of coming across the top of the 8 there, and Ellie Macera just knowing the offense so well, realizing if I hang out here for a little while in the middle, the player that's on me might have to go back to their zone, and that's exactly what happened. Erin McQuarrie with her eyes up, and Ellie Macera making a veteran move to make it 1-0 Seawolves.
Ellie Macera gets the first tally of the game, just 32 seconds in. Her 5th goal of the season already. What can you say about her coming off of a stellar season last year? 87 points, 67 goals. A breakout year for a player who is primed to already leave her mark on this program that's had so many stars come through. Second draw given to Stony Brook as Claire Levy was tangled up there on the far end with Taylor Lane. And now the Seawolves move into work again. As Macera goes down, she got hit there by Fallon Vaughn.
That's going to be a yellow card on Fallon Vaughn. We watch the replay here. It's going to be a little bit of a high cross check as Ellie Macera is running right in. As she comes across, she extends those arms just a little bit, and a little bit of some slippery weather conditions will also play into that, but that high hit with the cross is going to be a yellow card, so Stony Brook will be a player up. It'll be a 7v6 opportunity on their offensive end, and they will be issued a full 90-second shot clock.
Well, good to see that Macera's okay after the hard hit from Vaughn. She's sidelined with the penalty, yellow card, and Stony Brook with a chance to convert on the player up here. Macera starts things off, and Stony Brook gets the penalty underway. Already leading 1-0. Macera scored 32 seconds into the game, right in front of the crease. Rotation for Kaylin Hart, finds Morgan Mitchell flashing in front, and she knocks it through to make it 2-0 Stony Brook.
Beautiful ball movement, really just taking advantage of that player up opportunity. And that's exactly how you beat that player down defense right there. That 7v6, right off of the whistle start, Ellie Macera moves the ball 1, 2, 3 times. We get this down from Erin McQuarrie, Kaylin Hart, eyes are up right away, and Morgan Mitchell is just so good at finding those open seams and recognizing when is the right time to cut. And you see it here, she's streaking from the opposite elbow, hands are up, asking for the ball, and that quick stick finish is something that's really tough to save in cage.
Morgan Mitchell, the senior from right here on Long Island, Port Jeff Station, her third goal of the season. First of the day, she had 2 in the opener against Michigan. And Stony Brook is off to a 2-0 head start just over a minute into this one. Verhulst and Carasquillo in the draw circle. And this time it's Sky Carasquillo who wins the draw. So Yale gets an opportunity to go to work offensively.
Just a couple minutes into this game, we're seeing Yale with their first offensive opportunity. Again, those draw controls so important. Stony Brook winning for the 2 first draw controls and capitalizing for 2 goals.
Yale has scored 14 goals in each of its first 2 wins over Vermont and Quinnipiac. We mentioned Jenna Collignan, their top goal scorer so far, 4 goals in both of those games. Taylor Everson deals it out. Here's Peyton Vaughn, the captain. Collignan works it behind the goal. Olivia Penoyer. Fallon Vaughn, who's Peyton's sister, back on the field after getting issued the yellow card moments ago. Talked about patience, Kylie. 30 seconds on the shot clock as Everson works it back outside. Peyton Vaughn couldn't fit it into her sister Fallon. Loose ball scooped up by Fallon Vaughn, and her shot goes wide. It'll stay with the Bulldogs.
2 nice plays there by captain Haley Dillon on the defensive end for Stony Brook. A knockdown on that first initial pass and a back check to make that last shot go a little bit wide.
Shot clock winding down to 3, and Haley Duchnowski makes a nice save. Able to defeat the shot coming right in front, and Stony Brook makes a nice stand defensively.
Big time save right on the doorstep too. Kudos to Yale getting a shot off there as the shot clock ran down, but Haley Duchnowski standing strong in her cage.
Grad transfer from LIU. Joined the program recently, has earned the starting job to begin the season. Really excited about the opportunity to come over to Stony Brook for 1 more year. Seawolves setting up shop, already up 2-0. The goals from Ellie Macera and Morgan Mitchell. Alex Fusco knocks it through the bottom right corner. That's another one for Stony Brook. They're off to a 3-0 lead.
A great look there for Alex Fusco. Just recognizes the seam in between the 2 defenders in her zone. She realizes after she moves the ball just a couple of times, her 2 defenders turn their backs to her, and she kind of just sneaks right through them. It's a great look there by Ellie Macera to see her kind of coming across, put it right to her stick as she asked for the ball with a little bit of a leading pass. Excuse me, that was Morgan Mitchell on the assist. Great look, great time to cut there for Alex Fusco.
So Alex Fusco's got her 2nd goal of the year. She had 1 in the Michigan win. Young player that everybody in the program is really excited about for Stony Brook. Got some playing time as a true freshman last year, and there are high expectations for her as a sophomore. Back to the draw circle, it'll be Jaden Hampel to take for Stony Brook, still working against Sky Carasquillo. And this time it's Yale that wins the draw again. Carasquillo able to beat Hampel. And the Bulldogs look to get on the board here, already trailing 3-0. Taylor Everson behind the net. Olivia Penoyer throws it out for Fallon Vaughn. Back behind for Penoyer. Finds Vaughn cutting in. And a whistle against Stony Brook, which will give Yale a free position opportunity. It'll be Fallon Vaughn from the right side. Vaughn's shot bounces through. It's a goal for the Bulldogs. Fallon Vaughn gets them on the board here in the first quarter.
Fallon Vaughn on the finish off the free position opportunity. It looks like Yale was setting that up perfectly. It's exactly what they were looking for. Back-to-back opportunities. Fallon Vaughn was sitting right outside that 8-meter, right around the 12, to kind of pump for that shooting space call, and that's exactly what she got over that overthrow. And right off of that tough spot there on that first inside hash, she takes just a quick couple of steps, releases it to the bottom opposite corner. That's a tough shot for Haley Duchnowski to save.
Fallon Vaughn on the score sheet. Her 4th goal of the season, had 3 goals and 2 assists in the opener against Vermont. She was their number 2 goal scorer last season. Had 33 during the 2022 season. Hampel against Carasquillo for the draw. And this time Jaden Hampel comes away with the win. Stony Brook, 3 early goals from 3 different goal scorers: Ellie Macera, Morgan Mitchell, and Alex Fusco. Here's the grad transfer Jolie Creo working it behind to Morgan Mitchell. Charlotte Verhulst for Aaron McQuarrie, who had that crazy BTB assist against Michigan.
That was a pretty one.
Verhulst ducking in and dispossessed, but a whistle as she was working her way into the cage, and it's going to go against Yale.
A little bit of some high stick swinging going on as Charlotte Verhulst looked to tuck her stick, coming between 2 defenders, so she'll get a center hash free position opportunity.
Golden opportunity for Charlotte Verhulst and Stony Brook. Claire Boone, the goalie for Yale, and she's up to the task, makes the first save. Verhulst tried to stick home the rebound, but she was inside the crease. So Yale comes away with the stop and the save from Claire Boone, but they failed to clear as there was contact between Hampel and Vaughn. Foul against Stony Brook. Yale will have possession.
A little bit of a jump ball opportunity there. Jaden Hampel comes down a little bit hard. Issued the foul. Here's Mary Megan Wright on the clear.
Sophomore from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 2-goal lead early for Stony Brook. They scored 3 right off the get-go. One of them on the player up. Fallon Vaughn's free position goal has gotten Yale back on the scoreboard here, and they look to make it a 1-goal game. Penoyer swings it outside. Peyton Vaughn, the captain, behind the net. Taylor Everson.
Can look to note that Olivia Penoyer behind the cage. She's about to catch the ball at X there. She's looking for those over opportunities, looking to swing the ball, skip the ball over a couple of Stony Brook defensive opportunities, and that's exactly where they got that shooting space call in the last play, which issued Vaughn a goal. So you could look to see a couple of those over passes as she kind of comes through.
Lindsay Rongo got a piece of that pass for Stony Brook, and the Seawolves come away with the turnover. Here comes Stony Brook's transition. Aaron McQuarrie leading the break. Trying to spin through traffic, and she's dispossessed. Caused turnover by the Bulldogs at the other end.
Big turnover there for Peyton Vaughn. Headed the other way.
Mary Megan Wright leading the break for Yale. Remember, this is a Bulldogs team that gave Stony Brook a good fight the last time that they met in April. That was a game at Yale. Stony Brook eventually won 14-10, but Yale got off to a hot start. Led by a few goals. They forced a timeout early from Stony Brook. Really controlled the first quarter. Stony Brook was trailing, but then took control of the game from the second quarter on. Here's Jenna Collignan, quiet so far. Rotation for Taylor Lane. Peyton Vaughn's pass deflected and intercepted. This time it's Charlotte Verhulst who got in front, but then dispossessed by Vaughn. Yale can settle back in.
It's a smart play there as they kind of settle back in, as you mentioned. Recognizing the change in possession, once they get it right back off of that check, will be a full 90 seconds to work with on offense. So just taking that deep breath and collecting themselves and running what they want to run here on offense.
Bree Carasquillo with it. Gets it back to Penoyer. Out front, Peyton Vaughn. Threw it in front, and Duchnowski almost had it. Ball trickles away, and officials rule Stony Brook possession as they reset and look to clear here.
Looked like Taylor Everson tried to get a check on Duchnowski's stick as she had the ball inside the crease, so the referees will call that an in-the-crease violation. So a little bit of a restart there to start up Stony Brook's clear. Erin McQuarrie will bring it over.
3-1 Stony Brook, under 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Becerra, Mitchell, and Fusco, the goal scorers for the Seawolves. McQuarrie over to Verhulst. Now Mitchell, Becerra, Creo, and Kaylin Hart. Looking in front, Morgan Mitchell with another goal. Second of the day for Morgan Mitchell. And it's 4-1 Stony Brook.
Looks as if they're just looking to set up these opportunities with the amount that they're passing the ball around, kind of stepping into the seams of the defense. Kaylin Hart driving right up. She's got 2 players on her just because she's driving from one zone into another, and Morgan Mitchell recognizes that right at the top. Again, such a fantastic cutter for the Seawolves, and she's really able to finish in those tight opportunities too. She catches that feed right on top of the crease, and she's able to catch and slam it down to the opposite corner. Again, that's a really quick shot for Boone to be able to try and save. So kudos to Morgan Mitchell on the catch and finish, that quick stick release.
Joe Spallina was really excited for what Morgan Mitchell could bring to the team this season, calling her the most improved player on the squad. Had a nice year last season, 14 goals, 9 assists. Already with 2 goals in the first quarter against Yale today. Jaden Hampel and Sky Carasquillo ready to take the draw. And Ellie Becerra comes away with the ground ball. Another draw control win for Stony Brook. Here comes Ellie right in front for Kaylin Hart. Claire Boone with a nice stop. Wright had it stripped by Jolie Creo. And Stony Brook gets a fresh 90 to work with. Becerra behind the net, Jolie Creo. Jaden Hampel dodges in. Her shot saved away by Boone. Still has it on the crease. And the whistle as she stepped over. Yale will look to clear now.
Jaden Hampel trying to kind of intercept that ball on the ground as it was rolling back into the crease, but officials will say she stepped in. So we're going to give the ball to Boone here. Looking for a clear. Stony Brook so far doing a good job at marking up on this clear. When you think about a ride on defense, right? Your attackers, your midfielders, when you take away this kind of possession time, as Yale brings this ball over, Stony Brook has just taken 30 seconds off of a full 90-second shot clock. So it's way less time for an offense to work with. That's why it's so important to ride, ride, ride.
Everson dumps it off to Penoyer. Yale's only goal came from Fallon Vaughn on the free position earlier in this first quarter. They trail it by 3 on the road.
Penoyer looking for that overpass, looking over a couple of zones. She's been looking for that a little bit early on today.
Whistle with 20 on the shot clock. The restart here for Yale. Caroline Burt had it knocked away by Lindsay Rongo. And now she'll get to start up again from just below goal line extended.
Lindsay Rongo had the back check on the last restart. Then a little bit of an empty stick check as the ball hit the ground.
Only 9 to shoot for the Bulldogs. Got to get it off in a hurry. Collignon spinning in. Behind the net, Penoyer. 2 seconds to shoot. And no shots. A shot clock violation. Actually, they're going to call a foul against Stony Brook, which will give a free position here for Yale.
Referees are going to meet about this one. The shooting space call was called just as the shot clock was going off, so we'll see if they'll issue them the free position with about 1 second left on the shot clock, maybe even less than 1 second, which would be a really fast free position to have to release. And if not, the ball will be going the other way as a shot clock violation, but it looks like they're going to stick with the free position.
Officials gathered to discuss, and now they're going to reverse the call. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, so as you can see, Penoyer back there, and as she catches this ball, right about there when she pumps is when the shot clock hits 0. So since she wasn't able to release the ball into a shot, that would be a shot clock violation. So it will be Stony Brook's ball.
Stony Brook bench wasn't happy about the original call. Transition opportunity. Kaylin Hart off the pipe. Still loose. Some contact inside the fan. And it'll go to Yale. Rapid opportunity for the Seawolves. Kaylin Hart right on the doorstep, and she hit the pipe.
That's just an unlucky shot there. Really well-played transition offense by Stony Brook. Mary Megan Wright getting through 2 defenders there. Really doing a great job at clearing the ball here for Yale as of this first quarter. She's got about 4 clears herself.
Let's see if Yale can capitalize on it. Caroline Burt works it back out to Fallon Vaughn. About 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. Number 5 Stony Brook in control, 4-1 over Yale. Burt, who is the player who had the ball last on that potential shooting space call that got reversed, still working with it on the near side. Fallon Vaughn gives it up to Collignon. No goals so far. Everson at X. That shot clock already inside 30 seconds as Yale has had to work for everything against Stony Brook's defense. Loose ball in front and cashed in. It's another goal for the Bulldogs, and this time it's Bella Saviano who makes it 4-2.
A goal right off a ground ball that looked to be an almost interception there. A little bit of a knockdown by Haley Dillon. And Stony Brook a little bit upset by that one because they knew they probably should have had that one off the ground ball after a nice defensive play. But just a little bit of a garbage goal there. Really nice, well-played pickup. A little fake to make sure that Haley Duchnowski doesn't save that right on the doorstep like she does. And Bella Saviano with a really nice finish, which will keep Yale in the game here.
It's already her 5th goal of the season, a true freshman from Maryland. 2 goals against Vermont, 2 against Quinnipiac earlier this week. And Yale has trimmed the deficit to 2 with 1:46 to go in the first quarter. New draw taker for the Bulldogs, Jenna Collignon gets in there. She's been their 2nd draw taker this season. And Charlotte Verholst will take for Stony Brook once again.
I will say that's been an interesting battle to watch so far this game. Only 6 draws if you think about it, but there's been a lot of changes already early on both teams, and the ball has gone to a different spot in the draw circle every single draw, which, you know, makes the draw battle very interesting.
And this battle is going to be won by Yale. So far they have a slight advantage in that department with 90 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Looking to potentially add one more to make it a 1-goal game. It was 3-0 Stony Brook from the start. They scored 2 basically in the first minute of the game. Jenna Collignon on the outside. Fallon Vaughn. Caroline Burt. Under a minute to play in the first quarter, about a 2-3 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Vaughn in front for Kalignan, and her shot saved away by Duchnowski. Hard contact on the edge of the arc. Claire Levy colliding with Bella Saviano. As you get another look at Duchnowski with the strong stop.
Shot clock is off, just about 25 seconds left on the game clock.
Taylor Lane. Vaughn, not much room to work. 14 seconds left in the opening quarter. Burt lost it on the way in. Loose ball right on the crease, and Duchnowski controls. Big stop for Stony Brook to end the first quarter. And the Seawolves head into the second with a 4-2 advantage. Number 5 team in the country in control early at home. Second quarter coming your way after this. Welcome back to Laval Stadium. About to start the second quarter between Stony Brook and Yale. Seawolves lead the Bulldogs 4-2. Along with Kylie Ohlmiller, I'm Sam Niederman. And Kylie, it was Morgan Mitchell who started off on the right foot for Stony Brook. 2 quick goals in the first quarter there.
Yeah, and both of her goals have come from those off-ball opportunities. Morgan Mitchell is known for being an incredible cutter, and she just has been reading the timing very well so far today. She's been sneaking in between 2 defenders on Yale's defensive zone, and her teammates have been looking up for her all day long. So she's just an incredible finisher as well. Every time she catches the ball, she's able to quick stick or add a little fake, and she's just had success so far today.
There she is, number 15 on your screen. Looks like Casey Colbert's also going to get some action. Scored her first career goal against Michigan on Friday. Other than that, looks like the normal starters on the field for Stony Brook as we get set to begin the second quarter. We talked a lot about the draw, Kylie. Early advantage to Stony Brook, 4 draw controls compared to Yale's 3. And it's going to be Jenna Kalignan to take against Charlotte Verhulst. Same matchup that we saw at the end of the first quarter.
We've seen some changes at the draw circle, in the draw taking position for both Stony Brook and Yale. It's been a pretty even battle so far, and it's definitely something that's been exciting to watch.
Ball in the air and taken by Charlotte Verhulst. Walled up there near the Stony Brook sideline by Vaughn and Kalignan. But the whistle will keep it with Stony Brook as the Seawolves move to the opposite end of the field. Claire Levy able to break into the attacking zone. Morgan Mitchell controls on the left wing. Quick rotations. Here's Casey Colbert, the sophomore. Hampel finds Kaylin Hart in front. It's another goal for Stony Brook. Kaylin Hart gets on the score sheet. And just like they did in the first quarter, the Seawolves score early to start the second and now lead it by 3 again.
Beautiful ball movement has been a staple of this Stony Brook offense here today. The movement that they get as they kind of step into each seam. You see Jaden Hampel kind of bringing the ball across and recognizing that not the first cut is open from that left side, but Kaylin Hart being the second cut coming across that low left side. Jaden Hampel being great at having some patience there and looking up for that second cut. Kaylin Hart with a nice low-to-low finish. Celebrating there on the restraining line as she gets ready for the next draw.
Good to see Hart get the goal. Remember, she hit the post earlier, unlucky. She's on the score sheet, the assist to Hampel. And Stony Brook leading by 3 once more, 5-2 with 14:15 to go in the half. Yale wins the draw. Good win by Fallon Vaughn. Can the Bulldogs clear? They cannot. Almost an interception there by the Seawolves' Jordan Forte.
A good ground ball battle there. Went back and forth a little bit, but a nice read, as you mentioned, by Jordan Forte to kind of put a little bit of pressure in the midfield. And again, just Stony Brook doing a great job so far. They did it in the first quarter as well at taking a good chunk of time off that shot clock for Yale's offense. We have under a minute left in this offensive possession, which is way less, obviously, than a full 90-second shot clock. So that ride really matters.
Bella Saviano, who had a goal in the first quarter for Yale, the true freshman, already putting together a nice start to the season. Taylor Everson got knocked down, collided there with Aaron McQuarrie. And the foul will be called against McQuarrie and Stony Brook, giving Yale a free position opportunity from the hanging hash. It'll be Taylor Everson to take it, number 17 wearing the helmet. Everson got it. Knocked it right through Duchnowski. But they actually end up saying that she was in the crease, so the goal won't go.
Duchnowski looked to get a quick clear off of that play, and uncharacteristic mistake there by Captain Haley Dillon on the drop pass, but we'll go right back to the Yale.
So Yale able to force another turnover off the Stony Brook clear. Jenna Collignan, leading goal scorer for Yale, still hasn't scored so far. 4 goals in her last 2 games, working on a 9-game streak in which she's had at least 2 goals scored going back to the end of last year. Taylor Lane, shot was stopped by Duchnowski. Another nice stop for Haley Duchnowski in the cage.
Really nice read. It looked like she saw that one all the way through. And another save, too. On that one, she just decided to take a little bit of extra time, take a deep breath before she passed the ball out on the clear. And Claire Levy doing what Claire Levy does best, excuse me, as she runs the ball over into the opposite 30. Seeing a little bit of a different defensive set here from Yale's team. They were playing a bit of a zone in the first quarter. It looks as if they've switched to a player-to-player defense. So you'll see a little bit of a different offensive set here as Stony Brook looks to figure that all out.
Becerra working around the screen from Fusco. Tosses it over to Kaylin Hart, running downhill. Only 23 seconds on the shot clock as Verhulst skates out with it. Colbert behind the cage, Hampel. 10 to shoot. Mitchell lost it. And the foul called against Yale. That'll give Stony Brook an opportunity here. 8 on the shot clock. Hampel lowers the shoulder, gets in, and scores! What a run by Jaden Hampel getting downhill.
Just recognizing how much time left on the shot clock there. That's an incredible heads-up play by Jaden Hampel. Finding a lot of opportunities over on that right side, but she, as you mentioned, just kind of lowers her shoulder, realizes it's not going to be the pass that does it this time around. I got to get around my defender, draw a couple fouls, but make sure I finish that shot, and she does exactly that. Really nice take there by Jaden Hampel.
Jaden Hampel, who had the assist on Kaylin Hart's goal just moments ago, gets one of her own. She had a career-high 5 goals in the win against Michigan. And she's loving it down there on the field. Always a character, great personality, and it's hard to believe that she's a junior at this point. Kylie came into this program and has made an immediate impact since her freshman season.
Absolutely. She's been kind of described as one of those players that can really change the momentum of a game here for Stony Brook. She came out scoring the first couple of goals last weekend in their first outing versus Michigan and kind of just started the whole scoring in that entire game, and then she's been known to do it a little bit. They're in a scoring rut, or if they're in a situation that gets a little bit close with a high scoring team, she's been the one to kind of step out and make a big play and kind of get the momentum rolling again for the Seawolves.
Well, now Stony Brook out to its largest lead of the afternoon, 6-2. About 10.5 to play here in the first half, and Yale wins the draw. Bulldogs get it inside the 30. It can now set up to go to work. Trying to figure out this Stony Brook defense, which is obviously so unique and so tough to score against. Olivia Penoyer. Tight with Claire Levy, clears it over to Jenna Collignan. Everson looking in front, had her pass intercepted, and it's Charlotte Verhulst chugging with it the other way. Hampel, transition chance for the Seawolves, 4-on-4. Mitchell, Verhulst, Hart score it for Stony Brook in transition.
A textbook transition play for the Stony Brook Seawolves, turning defense into offense, doing exactly what they do best. You see Hampel here drawing a slide. Morgan Mitchell right back to the middle to a trailing Verhulst. She sees her slide, and Kaylin Hart doing what she does best, ready to fake and finish right on the doorstep. That's just incredible ball movement and really unselfish play by the Stony Brook Seawolves.
Tic-tac-toe for the Seawolves. And it's a timeout taken by Yale. .9:39 to go here in the half. Hampel to take it for Stony Brook, Jenna Collignan the taker for Yale. Ellie Macera battling for the draw. Didn't get it though. Fallon Vaughn controls, and here comes Yale.
Fallon Vaughn doing a great job at the draw circle here today. She's been coming up with some big time ground balls and really tough coming out of some of those 50-50 opportunities. A lot of Yale's offense has been operating and kind of working through either behind the cage or Penoyer here, who just had the ball at the top, number 3. She's been looking for a lot of the open opportunities off the zone, some of the cutters that are streaking through the middle.
Collision, Lindsey Rongo collides with Brie Carasquillo. And the foul on Rongo will keep it with Yale. Under 40 to shoot. Everson. There's Penoyer. Lane with a shot fake.
Really just looking for the open opportunities. There's that cross 8 pass. Just goes a little bit high of Taylor Lane. But again, Penoyer with her eyes up, she's really handling the pressure well of the Stony Brook defense, but a great cause turnover there on their end to be able to kind of get in her hands just a little bit and mess up that pass as she saw the opening.
Yale hasn't scored since the end of that first quarter when they got the quick one from Bella Saviano. Stony Brook's defense has held them scoreless here in the second. Here come the Seawolves with Claire Levy. Kylie Budke, the true freshman, has checked in. She'll get inside the 30 and work with the offense here.
Another freshman that Coach Spallina and company are very excited about, have high hopes for as a player on the offensive and defensive side as a midfielder.
She's got it right now, number 4. Rotation at the top for Stony Brook in the weave. Budke, 30 on the shot clock, dodging in. Lost it, scooped up by Mitchell. Behind the goal, calmly plays it out for Verhulst. 20 to shoot. Hart. Hampel. Mitchell trying to find a shot, and it's kicked away by Boone. Traps it and can start the clear for Yale as they survive that possession. Here come the Bulldogs in transition. Charge taken by Lindsey Rongo. And it's going the other way to the Seawolves.
Big time play there by Lindsey Rongo, just setting her feet right there as she knew that the player turning around was going to be running right into her. She caught the ball.
Interception on the clear, maybe a chance here for Yale. Everson controls. We'll wait for reinforcements behind the cage. So Stony Brook unable to do anything with the charge taken by Rongo. Yale will settle back in under 6 to go in the first half. So far, it's been all Seawolves leading 7-2 at home. Penoyer. Here's Collignan moving in. Her first shot goes wide behind the cage, and Penoyer resets. Long pass out for Saviano. Burt. Penoyer. Threw it away. It gets by Saviano. Race for it as it leaks outside the 30. Taken by Kaylin Hart. But she's dispossessed by Emmy Pascal. And Yale will keep it in once again.
Yale doing a great job on the ride here. They really have turned the ball over. Anytime Stony Brook makes a big-time cause turnover on their defensive end, the last 3 plays, Yale has just kind of stuck with it, made sure they're not able to kind of cross their own 50 and looking for the opportunity to get the ball in the back of the net, but that does a lot.
The question is, can the Bulldogs capitalize on it? They haven't scored in this quarter, trailing by 5. Under 4.5 minutes until halftime. Collignan finally has some space. Her shot got blocked in front by Haley Dillon.
A no call there. Usually that would be a yellow card on a dangerous shot. we'll get an opportunity at the clear for Stony Brook, see if they're able to capitalize on this one.
Here comes Ellie Macera. Kylie Budke checking back in for Stony Brook. Under 4 to play before halftime. The 2 goals from Hart and Mitchell powering the Seawolves offense so far.
Kind of taking their time getting into it after a long defensive possession. It's Hart, top corner. That was pretty.
Top 90, Kaylin Hart. Give her a hat trick. All of them coming here in the second quarter.
That is typical Kaylin Hart right there. Typical number 14 for Stony Brook. Kind of coming across that left side. She's just got a rocket of a shot. She's able to really change her levels on the shot. She kind of reaches around her defender. She's got a step. She's a really speedy dodger. So she's got just one step on her defender, reaches her hands around that defender, gets Boone to drop low a little bit, and kind of brings it up to that top corner. That was a really pretty shot that you'll probably be seeing on Instagram in a couple of minutes.
Highlight reel Hart. How good is this kid? She is just on it again. Huge season last year, Conference Attacker of the Year. And she's got 3 of Stony Brook's 8 to start the afternoon. Charlotte Verhulst and Jenna Collignan ready to take the draw. And it's controlled by Taylor Lane for Yale.
Stony Brook seems to have a beat on where the ball is going in the draw circle, but Yale has done a better job at just kind of, if the immediate out of the air catch isn't made on the draw, Yale is there off the first bounce for those ground balls, and that's what's giving them these possessions.
Three-minute mark, second quarter. Stony Brook has scored 4 unanswered in this second quarter. They've held Yale scoreless. Whistle. And the official will reset here with Jenna Collignan. Collignan ran into Alex Fusco. And the official's going to call Fusco for a foul here. A little shaken up after the play. Hopefully she's all right. Collignan will get a free position. Big chance for Jenna Collignan, the leading goal scorer for Yale. Haley Duchnowski in the cage, ready for Stony Brook. Free position shot, right through the 5-hole, it's in. Jenna Collignan with her first goal of the day. Comes with 2:16 to play before the break, and it snaps the scoreless second quarter for the Bulldogs.
Right off that first inside hash, again, a natural righty, and she's on that right side. So a little bit of a tougher angle, but she does a great job at kind of putting herself in a position, taking a few steps towards the middle of the 8 to really just drag her stick towards the inside and give herself a better angle at the shot. Beats Duchnowski low, right between the legs. On this replay here, you see her kind of coming right into the middle on those first couple steps, reaching back, and a quick release. Those are the keys to a good free position shot.
It's Jenna Collignan, the sophomore from Hinsdale, Illinois.
She's going to head right back to take the draw here. That's what's most impressive about a lot of these players out there. Taking the draw, at least in this game here. We see Charlotte Verhulst and Jenna Collignan, 2 examples of players that not only take the draw, but stay out there and play offense, play defense. Continue to be just all-around midfielders, all-around players for their teams.
Verhulst wins it for Stony Brook, and here come the Seawolves. Looking to keep the ball hot here approaching just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Casey Colbert. Now Aaron McQuarrie. Kaylin Hart working on the hat trick here in this second quarter. Morgan Mitchell. Hampel spins right behind the cage and stepped over into the crease. Yale will take that turnover and look to clear. Claire Boone, the veteran goalie, who's been with the program since 2018. See if she can work with her clearing unit against the pressure from Kaylin Hart, who makes contact with her. Throws it ahead. Bree Carasquillo with a chance to clear it out and gets into the zone for the Bulldogs. Under a minute to play, first half. Let's see if Yale can maybe squeeze one out, or does that Stony Brook defense stay stingy? Penoyer, long pass for Fallon Vaughn. Here's Caroline Burt. Calignan, the shot fake, and shooting space. That's going to give Yale another free position with 27 seconds to go before half.
Shooting space call getting a little bit of controversy from the Stony Brook sideline. But we're going to see Jenna Calignan stepping up at the hash in the same spot she was able to capitalize last time.
This could be a big goal for Yale to make it a 4-goal game, and Calignan delivers. Just able to beat Duchnowski. Passed her to the right. And it's 2 goals for Jenna Calignan here at the end of the second quarter to bring Yale back within 4.
Again, just kind of drags herself along right off of that tough angle as a righty. You see her first couple of steps go towards the opposite side of her stick, so it gets her a little bit more towards the middle, and it's a tough way for Duchnowski to read the shot as it comes across her body. She's doing a great job at finishing low.
So the Bulldogs capitalize on that shooting space call. Joe Spallina talking with the official, not happy with it. And now one more draw before we hit the halftime break. 8-4 Stony Brook. They scored the first 4 of this quarter, but Yale has the last 2 on free position goals from Calignan. Almost won the draw herself. Levy took a spill. Lane jockeying for it, so is Vaughn. And the whistle will go against Yale. Stony Brook, one last rush. 11 seconds to play in the half. And 2 Stony Brook players down on the deck. Claire Levy is down, and so is Charlotte Verholst. You see both of them down there almost simultaneously. And hopefully they're all right. 2 key players for Stony Brook. Claire Levy, thankfully now up and walking again. Looks like she'll be okay, but concern here for Charlotte Verholst, who was a little slower to get up and right now is just standing still next to Morgan Mitchell, Ella Whitehouse. Looks like she's going to be all right to stay in the game. That's good news.
Great news for Charlotte Verholst. Claire Levy taking a couple of hard hits there, clearing the ball. 5 seconds left.
Morgan Mitchell lost it. Kaylin Hart trying to scoop it up. And the horn sounds on the end of the first half. That shot doesn't go through for Ellie Macera. And that is the end of the first half. Stony Brook off to an 8-4 start at home here, Kylie.
I think the draw battle has been interesting. It's definitely been going back and forth. I think it's a fast, physical game, which we've seen in years past between Stony Brook and Yale. And I think heading into the locker room, I think that Stony Brook definitely wants to continue capitalizing on some of the things that they've seen, maybe clear up the clearing game a bit, and Yale just kind of capitalizing on some of the caused turnovers they've been causing in their own ride, maybe on the offensive end. So excited to see these two in the second half.
Stony Brook with the 8-4 lead heading into the break. We will be back with some halftime coverage after this. You're watching Stony Brook Lacrosse on Flow Sports. Alrighty, we welcome you back to Kenny P. Laval Stadium at Stony Brook. About to start the second half. Sam Niederman along with the former Seawolves All-American Kylie Oldmiller. Stony Brook 8, Yale 4. Both teams out of the locker room here. Kylie got a little reprieve from the cold and set to go for this third quarter. As we look at some of the first half highlights, it started off with Ellie Macera for Stony Brook. Seawolves offense got clicking early.
Yes, they did. Despite some of the snow early on, it's a cold day here on Long Island. What we've seen here from Yale, where they've been successful, is they're getting on the free position line and they're able to capitalize on those opportunities. They are 3 for 3 in their free positions, but Stony Brook just continuing to take advantage of people like Morgan Mitchell, Kaylin Hart, again, Ellie Macera on their offensive end. And you see here just another little pickup off of a Stony Brook mistake, which we also are noting here. Stony Brook's clears are 7 for 11 so far in the first half. So if they can clean up some of those things, they'll be able to continue on with this 4-goal lead that they have here.
Big key to watch as we start the second half. In the draw circle, it's Charlotte Verhulst against Jenna Collignan. Two primary takers as that first half developed. And the first draw scooped up by Claire Levy to start the third quarter. Almost had it in her cross, but eventually comes into the hands of Mary Megan Wright, who was an underrated player for Yale, breaking the ride in that first half, trying to get out of a double team here. And lost possession. The officials will give possession to Stony Brook. Ooh, and Kaylin Hart trying to advance there, took a stick to the head. Hopefully she's all right, got knocked down. And she will continue on, that's good to see. So Stony Brook will have the first clean possession of this third quarter. The offense powered by Kaylin Hart, who had a hat trick in the second quarter alone. 3 goals in that quarter by herself. And then Morgan Mitchell, of course, had the 2 goals in the first quarter. Jaden Hampel, who's got the ball right now, she had a goal in the second. Ellie Macera on the ball also had one in the first. And Ellie rips it home top shelf. The Seawolves All-American checking in here in the third quarter, 9-4.
Really capitalizing off of a little bit of a 2-player game over on that opposite corner. You see Hampel kind of coming over, setting a little bit of a screen, getting in the way of those defenders, and Ellie Macera just putting her shoulder down, turning the corner. And that's a typical Ellie Macera top corner shot right there. She kind of just pulls her arms back and follows through that opposite top corner. She is fired up about that one.
Ellie Macera, all smiles, her second goal of the game, 6th on the season. Will definitely be towards an award territory this year. She'll be a part of that conversation as the season unfolds. And looking to build off of what was her best season yet as a sophomore last year. Stony Brook up by 5 again as Macera tallies her second. And what do you know, she's going to control the draw as well. Charlotte Verhulst was the intended target there, but Kaylin Hart there to scoop it up. Working against Emmy Pascal.
What's been interesting to watch so far for Yale, they've changed up their defense a little bit from the first quarter, right into Morgan Mitchell, off the pipe on that one. She's been able to capitalize on a few of those early on in the first and second quarters. A little unlucky on that one. We'll see how Yale is able to clear the ball here.
Goalie's best friend there helping out Claire Boone for Yale. Second time that Stony Brook has hit the pipe today. Kaylin Hart hit the pipe earlier in the first half. Sophie Straka moving it forward for Yale. Bulldogs trying to set up shop behind the cage, and a nice play there by Ella Whitehouse, able to dispossess and cause a turnover.
Really nice play there, just kind of getting out and approaching the player who's about to catch the ball earlier than she's anticipating and kind of getting in her hands right away. So for young defenders watching out there, that's the best way to approach and really kind of disrupt what might be a good play.
Claire Levy, almost solo spin move. Thought she was going to take it in herself. We got the whistle stopping play. Going to be a free po here for Stony Brook.
Claire Levy, usually on the defensive end of things here, but has been known to be able to handle the ball as she kind of comes up. She's probably going to look to take this one. Might look for a backside streaking Jaden Hampel on the backside.
Levy, free position, knocks it through, but no goal. False start. Left early, and that's going to negate the goal and give it back to Yale. So a rare opportunity for the defender Levy to get on the score sheet. Unfortunately, passes her by.
Probably just got a little excited there. It happens to the best of us.
Courtney McClay leading the ride for Stony Brook along with Levy as Boone just threw it away, so the Seawolves will get a free turnover from that. Levy finds Mitchell streaking in front. Couldn't connect with Massera. Massera takes hard contact from Caroline Burt on the reset. And hopefully she's all right. Slow to get up.
Going for the ground ball here. Kaylin Hart gets tripped up and coming across with a heavy check. Massera's down as well. Both of them back up. Massera's going to get the ball outside of the 8. She's going to be on the 12. So it's a whistle restart, but no free position opportunity since the foul did not happen inside the 8-meter.
Now the Seawolves get back to work. Up 9-4. Ellie Massera scored the first goal here in the third quarter. Erin McQuarrie for Massera. And this time she is fouled as she was getting ready to wind up the shot. Stony Brook will get it again. Erin McQuarrie with it at the top.
Referees just having a couple conversations about what the exact foul was, making sure that the possession clock is correct. We have our table official over here chatting with the coaches about a couple of things, making sure both the game clock and the possession clock are at the right time. We have the table clock kind of coming in here. She's tapping her head, which may mean a full shot clock repossession, but the new rule this year is after a shot, which it wasn't a shot, but after a shot, it doesn't reset to a full 90-second shot clock. It resets to a 60-second shot clock. So we're going to look to see what the referees are chatting about a little bit here. We're going to move Erin McQuarrie up to the free position line at the 8-meter. Pretty much marking that the foul happened inside the 8-meter, inside the critical scoring area. And we'll look to reset here.
So Erin McQuarrie ready for the free position opportunity. Claire Boone, the goalie for Yale. McQuarrie throws it in. Erin McQuarrie from point blank range. She scores on the free position.
Right off the line, you see Erin McQuarrie. She kind of reaches back with her stick as if she's going to shoot, drawing the attention of Mary Megan Wright's stick to the left of her here. And as she sees that pressure from the stick of the defender to her left, she's able to tuck underneath and get a better angle at the cage coming across the middle. That's a really veteran way of finishing a free position shot. Erin McQuarrie all fired up about that one.
6-goal lead for Stony Brook. Erin McQuarrie with her first goal today. Veteran player for the Seawolves. Her second goal of the season. Of course, we mentioned she had that highlight reel BTB assist to Kaylin Hart against Michigan in the opener. It was fun talking with her at practice this week about that play. They practice it all the time and had the game time execution to deliver on it.
That's the beauty of practice, right? You practice way more than you play in games, and a lot of times you'll see a lot of plays happen day to day, daily in practice, but they'll only show up as opportunities in a game every so often. So really awesome to see her capitalize on something as exciting as that.
Under 11 minutes to play, third quarter. Top 25 matchup, Stony Brook and Yale. Seawolves lead this series all-time 5-1. Of course, these two played a pretty close one last year, all things considered, at Yale. Different story today on Long Island as the Seawolves have been in the driver's seat from the jump. Here's Fallon Vaughn, Olivia Penoyer. Rotation, Calignan, who had the 2 goals late in that first half. And now another whistle.
That'll be a 3 seconds call on defender Haley Dillon for Stony Brook. For those of you watching at home, a 3 seconds call means that a defender not marked up on someone a stick's length away for more than 3 seconds will be issued a free position to the other team.
So it's Caroline Burt who has a chance to cash in on the free position. And she shot it high and wide. It stays with Yale. Calignan. Penoyer looking in front for Vaughn, but it's intercepted by Duchnowski. Good hands by the Stony Brook goalie.
When a goalie can reach out and make a play like that, means you've got 8 defenders out there to an offense's 7. So beautiful play there by Duchnowski and a really nice back check on the ride by Taylor Everson on the other side.
Able to take it away from Lindsay Rongo. Emmy Pascal with it for Yale. Bulldogs scoreless to open up this second half. 6-minute scoring drought to begin the third quarter. Caroline Burt. Bella Saviano. True freshman who's already got 5 goals to start the season, including a goal today. Penoyer was looking for Vaughn. It's scooped up by Burt. 34 on the shot clock.
Penoyer playing a lot of quarterback back there at X. Really looking for a lot of the cutters on the Yale offensive side. She's seeing a lot of them, just not able to connect. Stony Brook doing a good job at getting out on the hands of the player with the ball.
Calignan spinning in, Rongo in the area. And the officials have given the foul against Stony Brook. Another free position opportunity for Jenna Calignan in Yale. Scored both of her goals in the first half on free position shots. Here she comes. And this time, Duchnowski has the save. Still with Yale, Saviano.
We'll get a look at that reset to a 60-second shot clock here off the save to Duchnowski. So a little bit less time to operate with on this offensive possession.
Rongo active with her stick. Got in the way of Taylor Lane's pass. Under 30 to shoot. Calignan lost her footing. The officials are going to say she's been taken down by Hampel. This time it'll be free position at the hanging hash for Jenna Calignan. Trying to make it a hat trick and get Yale on the board here in the second half. Start and stop. Had it knocked away. Here comes Jaden Hampel and the Seawolves. Scored a goal in transition in the first half. Hampel working against Vaughn, checking from behind. Lost it. Taken by Verhulst, who goes down after contact from Vaughn.
Very physical game in between the 30s here. I think it's always an interesting game between Stony Brook and Yale. Very great athletes out there on both sides of the ball. Saw Vaughn really working on that ride, looking for that back check. Stony Brook looking to kind of take a deep breath and just settle in on offense here.
10-4 Seawolves. Ellie Macera and Aaron McQuarrie have scored here in the third. Hampel had it shoveled away by Boone. Seawolves reset with the 60 on the shot clock. Kaylin Hart almost found Verhulst, who had plenty of space in the center.
Just a little disconnect there. Pass a little bit behind Verhulst. Stony Brook slowing him down on the sideline. A really great hustle on the ride.
Mary Megan Wright, long feed, able to connect with Caroline Burt to finally break the ride. And now a whistle behind the play.
Yale will be offside, so the ball will be issued to Stony Brook. Heading back the other way, a fresh 90-second shot clock for the Seawolves.
Alex Fusco gets the pass from Ellie Macera. Hart, Macera, dodging in. Ellie scores! Ellie Macera with a hat trick. Her third goal of the day, and it's put Stony Brook up 7.
Hart with her eyes up as she comes across the middle. Sees Fusco as the first cut, which really actually just drags the first defender through and opens up some more space for the second cutter. That is Ellie Macera. Realizes, hey, I have a little bit of an opening here. Let me get my hands a little bit more free, get in towards the middle. And she's going to finish that shot 10 times out of 10 times. So really great ball movement, turning a offsides call for Yale into an opportunity in the back of the net for Stony Brook.
I think we're going to be hearing a lot more of Chelsea Dagger, the goal song for Ellie here at Laval Stadium this season, as we did last year. Classic tune. That's what the Chicago Blackhawks and the NHL use for their goals. Good pick from Macera, her third goal today. Largest lead of the game for Stony Brook. Collignon and Verhulst battling it out in the draw circle again. And the Seawolves win the draw. Claire Levy controls. Kaylin Hart moves in. Had it knocked away by Pascal. And Yale will look to clear here. Claire Boone distributes to Straka. Trying to run past Morgan Mitchell, and she gets fouled.
Yeah, looking to settle some things here on the offensive end after a couple of nice plays by their defense. Great back check on the other end.
Collignon, spin move, working on Macera. Whitehouse disrupting there. Rongo trying to dig for it. And Stony Brook will take over as it looked like Everson got in the way.
A little bit of an empty stick check call as Rongo tried to kind of hockey that ball into the crease for Duchnowski.
Kylie Budke weaving her way through traffic, the true freshman. Claire Levy with some space to run again. And she'll dump it over to McQuarrie and allow Budke to get into the zone. .330 to play, third quarter, 11 for Stony Brook. Seawolves trying to make it back-to-back wins to open up the year at home. Talked with Erin McQuarrie at practice. She said that her and the rest of the seniors and veterans on the team were really grateful that they got to start a season here at home, kind of a rare sight. As Fallon Vaughn strips away Budke, she's got the ball in transition for the Bulldogs. Vaughn stopped by Levy, gets it to Taylor Lane. And Yale capitalize on this. Lane for Vaughn. And now they'll slow it up with 2:50 to go in the third.
Really nice job there by Stony Brook's defense, hustling to get back in the hole.
Collignon flips it for Vaughn. Stony Brook packing it in up the middle. Everson on the doorstep. Score it for Yale. Taylor Everson with the goal. And the Bulldogs finally get on the board here in the third.
Vaughn was looking inside to Lane, just missed it. And as the ball was on the ground, Everson was in the right place at the right time. Again, another one of those opportunities for Yale to kind of just pick up the mess a little bit. She picks up that ball, makes a quick fake on Duchnowski, and is able to finish before a bit of contact. It's a nice heads-up play there by Everson.
Taylor Everson, her 5th goal of the season. Her twin sister Kennedy plays for Duke. Yale's actually going to play Duke later on in a couple of weeks on the road in the middle of March. So that'll be a fun one for the Everson family. Sophomore from Montclair, New Jersey. 26 goals last season. And she's got one here at Stony Brook to make it a 6-goal game again. Draw one by Yale. Mary Megan Wright sprinting down that far side and gains the zone. Nicely done again.
A lot of Yale's offense as of this quarter has kind of been running through. Collignon on the side right there as she catches the ball over in that high wing area. It seems like that's her place that she likes to operate. Vaughn doing a great job at handling some pressure.
Whistle. Foul on Ella Whitehouse, so Bree Carasquillo will restart it for Yale. Saviano lost it, but we'll have an opportunity to reset here. 25 on the shot clock.
Another foul there on Ella Whitehouse. Kind of similar fouls in the same exact spot, just a little bit of a check across the body. That'll issue that whistle. We have just about 12 seconds left on the shot clock for Yale.
Penoyer for Vaughn. Immediately Erin McQuarrie on the closeout. Carasquillo twisting through a triple team, had to force it. Shot clock winding down, but Stony Brook makes the stop.
Can hear the sideline on that one. Always exciting, always a big momentum play for a defense to run out a shot clock like that.
Becerra's pass rolled past Verhulst, actually rolled to the goal line, but Boone, no problem with it. And that's the end of the third quarter. So Stony Brook comes out at halftime and dominates this third frame. A hat trick for Ellie Becerra and an 11-5 lead for the Seawolves. Fourth quarter coming your way after this. Welcome back to Laval Stadium here at Stony Brook. The Seawolves in command against Yale. 11-5 our score as we get set to start the fourth quarter of play. Sam Niederman along with Kylie Ohlmiller our director, Brian Kazaks, assistant director, Richmond Boateng, and the rest of our terrific crew here on Long Island. Glad that you're with us. And Kylie, physical game today. We've been treated to a good one, and Stony Brook has dominated it really from the opening whistle as we get set to start the fourth quarter here. 6 different goal scorers for the Seawolves, and 3 of them with multiple goals.
And it's been a battle at the draw circle. We've been talking about it a little bit all day long. Stony Brook only beaten out Yale 10-9 in terms of these draw controls. So it's definitely been something that you can see them kind of talking about there. They draw a circle, what their strategies are going to be like. Something I'm asked about a lot is it so much the draw taker or is it the draw unit in total? And it's definitely the draw unit in total. We've seen them connect on some great ones here on the Stony Brook side, and Yale doing a great job at staying scrappy in those 50-50 ground balls to keep it a nice even game, at least at the draw center.
Yeah, you talked about it in the keys to the game beforehand. That draw unit for Stony Brook, Massera, Levy, and Verhulst. Verhulst takes, and it's eventually won by Jenna Collignan. So Yale will get the first possession here in the fourth quarter, trailing by 6. Obviously plenty of time here, but the Bulldogs have got to find a way to be a little more efficient on offense. No shortage of opportunities or possessions for them, but they have only been able to muster up 5 goals. Panoyer working around for Taylor Lane. Charlotte Verhulst got in the passing lane and scoops up the loose ball. Verhulst able to find Jaden Hampel trailing right down Broadway. Hampel to the net for another goal.
Again, turning defense into offense, one of Stony Brook's specialties. Charlotte Verhulst doing the tough job, getting the ball up all the way up the field. Jaden Hampel just using a little bit of deception there on that fast break opportunity. You see this here, she kind of winds up just to draw a little bit of the attention. Since nobody comes from her stick side, she just takes it herself and she's able to put it away.
Jaden Hampel. There you go. Making it happen in transition. Second one of the day for Jaden. And she'll get a breather here for a second. Already the 7th of the season, as you see there. Good enough for tie of the team lead. Ellie Massera with 4 in the opener and 3 so far today. Jay and Coach Molina having a nice chat there on the bench. Kylie Budke joins the draw unit and takes the draw.
Referee's just trying to make sure that everyone's in the correct spot to reset this ball here. Kylie Budke coming in and coming up with a big draw control. Reversing the field just a little bit. Claire Levy seeing some open space.
Now Stony Brook can go to work offensively. 13.5 to go, leading by 7.
Utilizing a little bit of this shot clock just to eat up some time, not only in the shot clock, but the game clock. Make sure everybody gets some touches as they look to now get into their offensive set here. Jolie Creo with the ball.
Massera working one-on-one with Wright. Finds a cutter in front. It's Verhulst. Massera to Verhulst. And Stony Brook starting to open it up here in the fourth.
Stony Brook's had success on these kinds of cuts all day long. You see the eyes are up on Ellie Massera for the 2 adjacent defenders there, and rightfully so, right? She's one of the stars on the Stony Brook's offense, so they're getting ready to slide. But Ellie Massera takes it a step further and is able to just see with her eyes up the streaking cutter that comes down the middle. Charlotte Verhulst doing a great job at recognizing that both the defenders next to her, their eyes were on the ball feeder. So great job there by Charlotte Verhulst to see the opening, getting a little bit of some some talks, a high five, and maybe some draw unit coaching there from assistant coach Sydney Pareca, whose former Florida team right now is actually beating Maryland down in Gainesville, as we take a look at some other Division I scores.
Yeah, that was a big headline game coming into today, and the Gators so far protecting their home turf against the Terps. 10-8 the score in that one in favor of Florida in the third quarter. So Charlotte back to the draw circle after scoring the goal, her second of the season. And Collignon wins the draw for Yale. Pascal gains a zone. Here comes the Bulldogs on the attack. Trailing by 8, their largest deficit of the afternoon. Rongo, pesky on defense there against Penoyer. Collignon slides around.
Jaden Donley out on defense for Stony Brook, getting some playing time here in the fourth quarter. You see Jordan Forte back over there on defense as well. Some different personnel as we head into this fourth quarter for Stony Brook.
Collignon muscled a shot, but it was saved, and now officials are going to bring it back. Foul against Stony Brook.
Since the foul was before the shot was taken, they'll be able to still issue that free position opportunity, but if the foul had happened during the shot and she released the shot, then she wouldn't be awarded this free position shot. So that's why you see a little bit of controversy happening out on the field.
Collignon flipped it just a little too high. No harm there for Stony Brook after the free position.
Back up there by Lindsey Rongo, great hustle.
Budke had it dispossessed by Taylor Lane. Here comes Collignon. Now Penoyer controls out near the 20-yard line. Saviano moving in, and another foul called against Stony Brook, which will give Yale yet again free position. It'll be the true freshman Bella Saviano. One goal already today. Saviano missed it. Scooped up behind the cage. Carasquillo's shot got saved. Haley Dillon, the player down for Stony Brook. She was right near Carasquillo when she shot.
Dillon awarded the ball on that play. Quickly getting up the field is Ellie Macera off that quick restart. A little bit of a heads-up play here as Stony Brook looks to clear the ball successfully.
Penoyer leading the ride for Yale, something that we saw Stony Brook effectively execute earlier in the game. Now the Seawolves have to set up with about half of the shot clock already bled out.
Kind of forcing them to quickly get into their offense a little bit quicker than they would normally.
Here's Jolie Creo, the Holy Cross transfer. Morgan Mitchell, nice feed for Fusco, but then Wright scooped it up at the last second.
Really pretty look there by Morgan Mitchell. Just unable to connect on that one. Charlotte Verhulst with the back check.
Verhulst giving it her all on the far side, but Wright keeps possession. And now whistles as Kaylin Hart got involved. It's going to be a foul against Stony Brook.
The extra shove right off this repossession, you see, as she kind of comes over the opposite restraining line, Kaylin Hart's going to extend her arms there and get the yellow card. So Yale is going to go a player up for the next 2 minutes as everyone kind of settles into this Yale offensive third.
So 2 minutes on the player up for Yale with 9:21 to play in the game. Penalty called on Kaylin Hart. And let's see how the Bulldogs special teams play here. Already trailing by 8, but a chance for them to potentially get a goal here in the fourth quarter.
Stony Brook staying true to that zone defense as they are a player down. Yale looking to move the ball around, see the open cutter.
Vaughn tried to sweep it low, but it went wide. Reset with Caroline Burt. Good defense from Ella Whitehouse. Collignon. Not much room. And Stony Brook's going to get called again. Another free position coming up for Collignon, who is creating.
Collignon, as she was driving through, just getting a little bit of a crossbody swing there from Charlotte Verholst, who's going to go behind. A free position opportunity on the same old hash that we've seen her capitalize on.
Jenna Collignon moves in. Duchnowski with the save. Nice stop by Haley Duchnowski.
Duchnowski read that one as she kind of has seen Collignon on that same hash a couple times earlier in this game. Collignon capitalizing on the last two, but Duchnowski being able to read that low shot on that third one.
Erin McQuarrie got fouled as she was trying to move in.
That'll be a hold call there on Vaughn as she makes that over-the-head check. We're also going to see a timeout here for Stony Brook.
So Joe Spallina calls for time with 8:04 left in the game. Still 43 seconds left on that Kaylin Hart penalty. And the Seawolves in control of this one, 13-5. Sam Niederman along with Kylie Ohlmiller checking on some of the other action around the country. Surprising result right now, Kylie, in the fourth quarter. Army leading Rutgers 9-5, trying to pull off the upset against the Scarlet Knights.
We're also seeing a really exciting one in Florida and Maryland, a top 5 matchup there, top 10 matchup. Florida beating Maryland down in Gainesville in the fourth quarter by just 1 goal, 10-9 right now.
It's a barn burner. Boston College beating up on Duke right now, 12-4 in the fourth quarter. Princeton, next opponent for Yale. They'll play them to start their Ivy League slate next Saturday. They are beating Temple right now, 15-8. Syracuse having no problem with Pitt, 16-3.
It's been really fun to watch across all of the games, the Division I games, Division II games, Division III games. This upcoming season there are players that are not only just from hotbeds anymore when it comes to lacrosse and where lacrosse is typically known. Like you see here, Stony Brook is made up of mostly Long Islanders, but a lot of our programs here in women's lacrosse have incredible talent from all over the country, all over the world. It's been really fun to watch a lot of these players shine. Stony Brook setting up outside after the timeout, just kind of talking through some things as they are still a player down. Even though they have the possession on their opposite side, that'll mean there's probably some sort of double team coming for the Yale defense. Just kind of working through that and making sure that the adjacents are popping out and helping each other out on offense.
See how Stony Brook attacks this here. The restart, 8 minutes to go. There's 40 seconds left on the penalty on Kaylin Hart. And Ellie Becerra just walking it out.
There's about a 15-second difference between when Kaylin Hart will be released and the shot clock. So it seems as if Stony Brook's going to kind of just walk that out and wait until that happens to attack. Wait until the last 15 seconds of the shot clock.
Kaylin Hart's penalty up in 7 seconds. Now she's up. They're going to put in Alex Fusco, it looks like. 18 on the shot clock. Penalty is up. Here comes Fusco, and now Stony Brook will go quick. Becerra over to Morgan Mitchell. Levy, 7 to shoot. It's Claire Levy getting home, and her shot spikes wide. 1 to shoot, and nothing that Casey Colbert can do with it. Yale makes a stop there, and they'll come back the other way. We're at even strength.
A good look there with only 15 seconds left in the shot clock. Yale back on the other side with the ball. Penoyer's been a bit of their quarterback here throughout the day today. She's been doing it from both up top and behind. See her kind of setting up shop at X right now. The last couple of possessions, she's been up top. It's been interesting to see her kind of looking for, she's done a great job at looking for the feeds and looking for the open cutters through this Stony Brook defense, really handling the pressure well. Doesn't have too many turnovers.
Here she is behind the cage. In front, and there's a goal for Yale. Bree Carasquillo gets on the score sheet and scores here with 6 minutes to play.
Calignan, usually the Dodger, usually setting up shop right there on that wing. And this time she's got her eyes up for Carasquillo, who is just wide open right there in the middle and is able to catch and finish before 2 Stony Brook defenders are sliding to her. And Calignan with her eyes up right away. Quick finish inside. And that's quick offense there for Yale.
5th goal of the season for Bree Carasquillo, junior from Alpharetta, Georgia, suburban Atlanta. Older sister of Sky Carasquillo, who is the first draw taker for Yale. Now it looks like Stony Brook's going to make a change with its draw unit. It'll be Jaden Hampel to take while Charlotte Verhulst gets some tape on her knee. Jordan Forte also coming back in defensively.
Jaden Hampel on the draw here for Stony Brook. She's taken a couple earlier on in the 2nd and 3rd quarters as well, switching up some things in the draw unit.
Stony Brook wins the draw with Claire Levy.
Erin McQuarrie and Kaylin Hart, we saw, as you mentioned, that fun, what I thought of should have been a SportsCenter top 10 highlight
right.
last week, but it's been fun to watch these 2 lefties work together over here on this left wing. You see a lot of righties working together, a lot in offenses, but to see 2 lefties work together, it's something special, and it means that you got opportunities on both halves of the offensive end.
See what the Seawolves do here. 5 minutes to go. Hampel just lost her grip on it. Hart got there first, so Stony Brook will keep it. Under 30 to shoot.
Good backup there by Hart.
Hart finds Becerra. 17 on the shot clock. Here comes McQuarrie, got a little bit of a screen, and a lefty just hits the crossbar. Reset the shot clock, though. Stony Brook, a chance to bleed out another minute. Less than 4:30 to go. Verhulst lost it. Emily Clory able to pick up the loose ball, and now Yale can clear.
Mary Megan Wright has done an incredible job at the clears so far here today, but stripped away by Stony Brook on this one.
Big opportunity for the Seawolves. Hampel all alone, and she got fouled by Emmy Pascal. So just when it looked like Stony Brook was going to get in on goal, foul called, and they'll have an opportunity after the fact.
This foul will be a yellow card issued to Pascal. So Jaden Hampel's going to get an opportunity at the free position, but we'll look to see as Stony Brook gets some of their personnel on. Oh, excuse me, she'll actually start at the 12-meter arc, so they look to get some of their player-up personnel on. Joe Spallina is going to take another timeout to kind of talk through the game plan.
One more timeout for Joe Spallina. The yellow card on Pascal, so she is sitting out 2 minutes. Player-up opportunity for Stony Brook. 3:57 to play in the game. And Stony Brook already leading it by 7, 13-6. Hat tricks from Ellie Macera and Kaylin Hart. Jaden Hampel's got 2. Morgan Mitchell also has 2. And the Seawolves looking to make it back-to-back wins here at home before they take a long road trip. It's going to be a long time, Kylie, before they come back here to Kenny P. But they are going out to sunny San Diego starting next week. They've got 2 in San Diego. First against San Diego State on Wednesday. Then after that, a big top 10 matchup as they take on the number 9 Stanford Cardinal on Friday. All part of the rigorous non-conference that Coach Spallina always puts together. They'll have road trips to Northwestern again, going up to Evanston, and then going up to the Dome to take on Syracuse again. All of that coming in the next couple of weeks before Stony Brook starts its first season in the CAA, new conference.
Some really exciting matchups. I remember as a player here for Stony Brook, that was one of our favorite trips, heading out west and playing teams like Stanford, USC, San Diego State, and just having an opportunity to really spend some time together, some quality time together as a team, and be on those buses and those flights and those road trips. So an exciting week coming up after this game here versus Yale for Stony Brook.
Seawolves going to the West Coast, little 1-week vacation.
Business trip, as
That's
we would
right.
say.
That's right. Under 4 to play. Player up for Stony Brook next 2 minutes. Kaylin Hart.
Something Stony Brook's probably looking to do here is looking for the perfect play for the layup, as Coach Joe Spallina would say. Kind of just looking to take down a little bit of the shot clock, also the game clock, really manage the time well with possession of the ball, and just look for the perfect opportunity in the open player, in the player-up situation.
Everybody just shuffling in and then moving the ball. 43 to shoot. 1:10 left on the player up. Mitchell threw it in the air. McQuarrie able to dig it out of there. Play on after the whistle. Colbert. Colbert had it saved. Boone saw it all the way and is able to make the stop on the doorstep. Long outlet pass. Down on the ground at midfield, and the Seawolves will get it back. 26 seconds left on the penalty. They can get one more rush here with the player up. Macera took hard contact from Calignan. Play on for the Seawolves. Last 13 seconds of the penalty.
Looking to quickly take advantage of this player up opportunity.
intercepted Sophie Straka with the interception. And it'll go the other way as Pascal's off the bench. Her time is up. We're back to even strength with 1:44 to go. Yale looking for one more consolation. The Bulldogs came into today 2-0, playing one of many ranked opponents on their schedule. We mentioned they've got a road trip to number 10 Duke coming up in a couple of weeks. They play Princeton next, the Ivy League favorites, defending champs in the league, so a big one coming up for them. But today's test on Long Island obviously was going to be tough from the beginning, and they've given it a right go. In front, there's another one. Bree Carasquillo with her second here in the fourth quarter.
Very similar to the last play out, the last goal scored here. It comes from Calignan looking inside to Carasquillo, who kind of just is that second cutter off of that little bit of a stack inside. As you see Haley Dillon trying to split two on the defensive end for Stony Brook. Calignan with her eyes up as she drives in, and Carasquillo just able to kind of catch, turn, and finish. Very similar goals to the last time Yale was able to put one on the board.
Second goal of the day for Bree Carasquillo, her sixth of the year. Got an update from down in the swamp. Maryland has taken the lead against Florida 13-11. Terps have the lead late in that fourth quarter. 1:08 to play here on Long Island. Stony Brook in command, up by 6. As Calignan takes the draw herself. Nice win for the Bulldogs, rushing forward last minute of the game. Fallon Vaughn got some contact there from Massera. And a yellow card.
Yellow card to Massera there. So Yale will take a player up opportunity for the last minute of the game.
So Ellie Massera given the yellow card.
Number 12, Ellie Massera.
Player up for Yale. Chance to work on some situational stuff last minute. Trailing by 6. See if the Bulldogs can capitalize. Taylor Lane probing with it. Intercepted. Ella Whitehouse, nice play. And a fitting way for Stony Brook to make one last stand with the player down in the waning seconds of this one.
Nice play there by Ella Whitehouse. She's had a couple nice caused turnovers back there, really causing some pressure on the Yale offensive players behind the cage. Claire Levy doing what she does best, successfully clearing the ball up the field.
9 seconds remaining in the game. Stony Brook looking for one last rush. It's Hampel sweeping around. Jaden Hampel couldn't get the shot off. One more whistle as the horn sounds. And Stony Brook's bench is already going to celebrate. That's the end of the game as the Seawolves take it 13-7 over Yale. A victory for Stony Brook, which moves to 2-0 on the season. Get a look at the game summary. Ellie Massera registers a hat trick. Kaylin Hart, 3 goals, 2 assists. Hampel, 2 goals and an assist. And Jenna Calignan for Yale, couple of goals from the free position earlier in the first half. But Kylie, a nice sound victory for Stony Brook, which starts the season off on schedule. 2 wins against 2 ranked opponents here at home.
Absolutely, and you see Coach Joe Spallina there, exactly what he's looking to do, as you mentioned, out-of-conference schedule, trying to build that out-of-conference schedule, not only to give opportunities to their players to learn what they're made of early on in the season in February, but also just to learn from things they might not have done so well early on in the season, even though it may have been a win here. And just take it into those continued ranked programs and those games they're going to see out on the West Coast next week and even into May, you know, as things start to really matter and you get into the NCAA tournament. So exciting to see another win here for the Stony Brook Seawolves.
Stony Brook improves to 2-0 on the season. They will head out west. Next up Wednesday, a road trip against San Diego State, and then Friday against number 9 Stanford. For Yale, they are 2-1. They will open up Ivy League play next Saturday against Princeton. That'll do it for us from Laval Stadium. For our directors, Brian Kazaks and Richmond Boateng, Kylie Oldmiller, I'm Sam Niederman. Have a great rest of your Saturday afternoon. Stony Brook takes home the victory, 13-7.